which I'm going to take some pieces of clothing that might be imperfect that I got from the thrift store, and I'm going to transform them into something new that I think is going to be perfect for this upcoming fall and winter. I'm going to show you what I do with some of these sweaters and these shirts that might be imperfect in one way or another. So let's get right into the process. The first thing that I do is pull out all of my pieces that might be imperfect in one way or another. A lot of the pieces I use for mittens, especially if it's a sweater material. And I look for inspiration and maybe some color combinations. I really love this combination of this like fuzzy pink sweater and this blue top. There's some other materials I think would look so cute together. So that's giving me a little bit of inspiration for possibly another project. And usually the brands are really good brands. The quality of the materials is really good as well. And then I like to wash it and dry it. The washing and drying kind of shrinks it up to make sure that it is ready for cutting and sewing. And then I use this sewing machine. It's a pretty basic model, but I really love it. And then I got this pattern off of Pinterest. There's 3 pieces of the pattern. This is just 2 of them. And this is for one side of the mitten. And then this is for the other side of the mitten. This is going to be the top half of the mitten. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of length down at the bottom because I'm going to cuff the mitten so it has like a nice little cuff on it. I think that'll look really cute with the material. And then those are my 3 pieces, and I'm just going to lay them out. And I like to make sure that the nice side is sandwiched in between. So the nice side is going to be in the middle, and then the side that I really don't want anyone to see or use is going to be on the outside. And I'm going to just sew this top half. That's going to make one side of the mitten. I'm going to unfold it and it'll be one side. This is just the lining so far of the mitten. And we're going to do the other one. And then here's the top of the mitten. Again, I'm going to put the nice side facing inwards, and we're going to pin that up. And you can see it's kind of coming together. And there's the inside of the mitten. Then I'm just going to cuff it kind of like that, and that is the lining and the cuff. So now we're going to go onto the outer side, and it works the same exact way. I do the same steps over. Again, the nicer side faces inward, and I'm just going to pin it, sew it up. And then this is the top half of the mitten, and we're just going to flip it inside out. The other one I didn't flip inside out. That one is the lining. The other one I did flip inside out because that's going to be the outer side of the mitten, and I didn't allow for very much wiggle room, and the fabric I was using had no stretch, so it's totally my fault. But what I am going to do is pull out a different sweater and use that for the outer edge. And I'm just gonna repeat all the steps, trim around the edges, the excess. And I flipped the purple mitten inside out, and we're gonna see if this one fits. And it does. There's a little bit of pilling from me cutting and snipping the wool material. And I'm just gonna cuff it. I think that's gonna be so cute, and sometimes I like to do a little bit of embroidery on these as well. I didn't do it on these mittens, but I always do that before I sew them together. And this is the final product of my 2 sweaters that weren't able to be worn or sold, and now I have a nice warm pair of mittens to use for this upcoming fall. hope you guys enjoyed watching me make some mittens for this upcoming cold weather season. My favorite sweaters to get at the thrift store are cashmere. But if you can't find cashmere, sometimes like a cotton material works really well on the inside. And on the outside, I like to use, again, cashmere or wool. Wool also works really well. And then you can also do some really pretty designs if it's like a Fair Isle style of a sweater, or you can just mix and match so many different colors, and they always turn out really warm, really cozy. And it's kind of fun to make your own mittens, and I'm really thankful that I have a pair of warm mittens now to wear. All mittens I've ever had in the past have been pretty cool. They haven't kept my hands very warm. And I have made a few other pairs. Sometimes I'll make a pair and give it to like my mom or a friend or something like that. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!